In the heart of the Middle East lies a country that seems to have been carved from the very fabric of history itself, Jordan, a land that is as diverse in its landscapes as it is rich in its cultural heritage. My journey to Jordan began with a simple desire to explore a place where the past meets the present, where ancient ruins whisper stories of bygone eras, and where the warmth of the people invites you to share in their traditions. As I stepped off the plane at Queen Alia International Airport, the warm, dry air enveloped me like a soft blanket. The anticipation of adventure coursed through my veins as I navigated through the bustling terminal, filled with travelers from all corners of the globe. I could feel the pulse of the country, a blend of modernity and tradition, as I made my way to the car rental desk. The friendly staff greeted me with genuine smiles, their hospitality already setting the tone for what was to come. My first destination was Amman, the capital city, a vibrant metropolis that sprawls across a series of hills. The city is a tapestry woven from the threads of its long history, with layers of civilizations that date back to the Neolithic period. As I drove through the streets, I marveled at the juxtaposition of ancient and contemporary. Here stood the Roman theater, a grand structure built in the 2nd century AD, its stone steps worn smooth by the passage of time. I climbed to the top, the view revealing a panorama of the city below, where modern buildings rise alongside historical sites, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people. Wandering through the narrow streets of downtown Amman, I was drawn to the vibrant souks, where the air was thick with the aromas of spices, fresh produce, and the sweet scent of baklava. I stopped at a small stall where an elderly man sold dates, his hands deftly sorting through the various types. He offered me a sample, and as the rich, caramel-like flavor melted in my mouth, I felt a connection to the land, a taste of its history that has been cultivated for centuries. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I found myself at Rainbow Street, a lively thoroughfare lined with cafes and shops. The atmosphere buzzed with energy as locals gathered to enjoy the evening. I settled into a cozy cafe, where I ordered a traditional Jordanian dish called monsef, a fragrant lamb dish served over rice and topped with a tangy yogurt sauce. As I savored each bite, I listened to the laughter and chatter around me, the shared stories of friends and families, echoing the warmth of Jordanian hospitality. The next day, I set out to explore the ancient city of Petra, one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The drive took me through the arid landscape of Wadi Musa, where the rocky mountains seemed to rise like sentinels guarding the secrets of the past. As I approached the entrance to Petra, my heart raced with excitement. The sheer scale of the site is breathtaking. It is a place where nature and human ingenuity have combined to create something truly extraordinary. Walking through the Sik, a narrow gorge that leads to the treasury, I felt as though I was stepping back in time. The towering cliffs on either side, carved by centuries of wind and water, felt alive, as if they held the secrets of the Nabateans who once thrived here. As I emerged into the open space, the sight of the treasury took my breath away. The intricate facade, carved directly into the rose-red rock, glowed in the soft light of the sun. I stood in awe, imagining the bustling market that once thrived at this crossroads of trade. As I explored the ruins, I climbed to the monastery, a hike that tested my endurance, but rewarded me with panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. The sense of accomplishment was palpable as I reached the top, the vastness of the desert stretching out before me, an endless sea of ochre and gold. I took a moment to reflect, feeling a deep connection to the countless travelers who had walked these paths before me. Petra was not just a site of historical significance, it was a living testament to the ingenuity and spirit of its people. I encountered local Bedouins who shared stories of their ancestors, their faces weathered yet full of life. They invited me into their homes, offering tea brewed over an open flame, their hospitality as warm as the fire itself. It was in these moments that I truly understood the essence of Jordan, a land where history is not merely a relic of the past, but a vibrant part of everyday life. Leaving Petra behind, I traveled to Wadi Rum, a vast desert landscape that has been described as a place where the earth meets the sky. The towering sandstone mountains, sculpted by the elements, create a dramatic backdrop against the endless stretches of sand. I joined a local Bedouin guide for a jeep tour, the thrill of racing across the dunes filling me with exhilaration. The landscape was otherworldly, a palette of reds, oranges, and browns that shifted with the changing light. We stopped at various points of interest, including the famous rock formations known as the Seven Pillars of Wisdom. As I climbed to the top of one of the pillars, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. The silence of the desert was profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind. I closed my eyes, allowing myself to be enveloped by the beauty around me. It was a moment of reflection, a reminder of the vastness of the world and my place within it. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the desert, I joined my guide for a traditional Bedouin dinner. We gathered around a fire, the stars twinkling above like diamonds scattered across a velvet sky. The meal was a feast of flavors, with tender lamb cooked in a pit and served with fragrant rice and fresh vegetables. As we shared stories and laughter, I felt a profound sense of belonging, a connection to the land and its people that transcended language and culture. After a night spent under the stars, I continued my journey to the Dead Sea, a place where the Earth's lowest point meets the healing waters that have attracted visitors for millennia. The drive was a stunning descent, the landscape transforming from arid desert to lush greenery as I approached the shores of the sea. The moment I stepped into the water, the buoyancy was unlike anything I had ever experienced. I floated effortlessly, the salt water clinging to my skin like a protective barrier. It was a surreal experience, one that felt both liberating and grounding. I took the opportunity to indulge in the local tradition of mud therapy, slathering my body in the mineral-rich mud that is said to have healing properties. As I rinsed off in the water, I felt rejuvenated, both physically and spiritually. The Dead Sea was not just a destination. It was a sanctuary, a place where the worries of the world seemed to dissipate with each wave. My journey through Jordan would not be complete without a visit to Jerish, one of the best-preserved Roman cities outside of Italy. As I walked through the ancient ruins, I marveled at the grandeur of the temples, theaters, and colonnaded streets. The sheer scale of the site was overwhelming, a reminder of the sophistication of Roman engineering and architecture. I could almost hear the echoes of chariot races and the laughter of citizens who once filled the Agora d'Agora. I joined a guided tour where a passionate archaeologist shared insights into the history of Jerish. As he spoke of the city's rise and fall, I was captivated by the stories of resilience and rebirth. The annual Jerish Festival of Culture and Arts, which celebrates the city's rich heritage, was a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. It was heartening to see how the past is honored and celebrated in the present. As my journey drew to a close, I found myself reflecting on the experiences that had shaped my understanding of Jordan. The landscapes had been breathtaking, the history profound, but it was the people who truly brought the country to life. From the bustling streets of Amman to the serene desert of Wadi Rum, I had encountered a tapestry of cultures and traditions that spoke of a rich heritage. In the final days of my trip, I ventured into the northern region of Ajloon, where the rolling hills and olive groves painted a picture of pastoral beauty. I visited Ajloon Castle, a 12th-century fortress that offered sweeping views of the surrounding countryside. Standing atop its ancient walls, I felt a sense of connection to the land, a reminder of the countless generations who had fought to protect it. As I prepared to leave Jordan, I carried with me not just memories of stunning landscapes and historical landmarks, but also the warmth of its people. I had been welcomed into their homes, shared in their traditions, and learned the stories that shaped their identity. Jordan had become more than just a destination. It was a place that had etched itself into my heart. As the plane ascended into the sky, I looked down at the patchwork of desert and greenery below, a land rich in history and culture. I knew that my journey in Jordan was not merely an adventure. It was a profound exploration of what it means to be human, to connect with others, and to find beauty in the world around us. I left with a sense of gratitude, knowing that the spirit of Jordan would forever remain a part of me, a cherished memory that I would carry into the future.